Welcome back. This is By the Book, and we're your married relationship coaches. I'm Sent.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Married at First Sight, Season 16. We are at Episode 9. We're going to talk about Nicole and Chris, but this is a sidebar. So we haven't done one of our sidebars yet this season.
No.
So if you are new to our channel for this season, you don't already know what it is. But if you're old to our channel, you already know what this is. We're going to take a small issue with this episode or with this couple, and we blow that issue up into its own conversation because it's a side conversation that we're having here at home. So yeah. That's why we call it a sidebar. Anyhow, to jump into it, we just want to talk about the way that Nicole continuously says she's worried about Chris being such a nice guy. This has been the theme from the beginning. If I'm not mistaken, that might be like the caption that they put underneath his name.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal, apparently, that he's a nice guy. And he himself has said that he's been run over before in relationships. And as she expressed to her friend on this episode, she's concerned with him being so nice that she's going to be the a-hole, more or less. Then she went on at the party, at the housewarming party, to talk to his friends, I believe it was, and say, like, how many times can I say, you know, what do you really think? So that's her concern. And it spurs us into a conversation of our own about, is being a nice guy a bad thing? And as many nice guys, self-proclaimed nice guys say, nice guys finish last. Is that true? And if so, why is it true? So first, I'll kick it over to my husband. Do you think that that is true? Are you a nice guy? What is your experience with this whole nice guy finishing last thing?
I think because for some reason we don't see nice as assertive. And so I think one of those endearing qualities could be man or woman, and is someone who's going to be assertive, who's going to be a go-getter, someone that's going to make some things happen and take care of certain things.
Yeah.
And so a nice guy is kind of perceived as not making things happen, but allowing things to happen to him. And so I think that's probably like a big turnoff for a lot of women.
Yeah.
And it could be a big turnoff to some men as well.
For nice girls.
For nice women, yeah, supposedly.
Okay.
But we don't hear that talked about a lot. But
yeah, no, you don't. You don't often hear that. You certainly don't hear women saying nice women finish last.
Yeah.
The same way that you hear it repeated with men. But I think you're right. I mean, I definitely think that nice guys come off just generally as pushovers. And if you're going to be a pushover with me as a woman, then are you a pushover at work? Are you a pushover in your social life? Like, does everybody run you over? Can you stand up for yourself? Can you stand up for me? You know, can you be assertive, like you just said? Can you make decisions? And kind of what Nicole was getting at, you know, I correct me if I'm wrong with the quote, because I don't quite remember it. But when she was talking to his friends, the whole, like, how many times can I really ask you again what your thoughts are, what's your opinion?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel like when they're in a relationship with someone that they're in it by themselves. So if I ask you for an opinion, I want a thoughtful, informed opinion from you. I don't want you to spit back at me what you think I want to hear. I don't want you to, your opinion is my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. Like, married people are supposed to become one, but not that one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need some input.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to give that to me, you've become useless in that regard.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's more that and less of her really feeling like I'm going to be the a-hole. But like, that's going to turn me off eventually.
Yeah.
If he can't stand up to me, if I feel like I'm running him over, if I feel like I'm running the show, if I have to make all the decisions, I become the head of that relationship. I become the man, if you will, in that relationship.
Yeah.
And what role do you play? So I think that can become a point of frustration. Now, if she's truly worried about herself being the a-hole, then maybe that is because she's the type of person who's been in a bunch of relationships where the guy was the a-hole, right?
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of bad relationships with a lot of jerks.
True.
And if they fail, at least she can lean back and say, well, I didn't do it. This man was burning me with cigarettes, or this man was doing this man was cheating, or whatever. But if Chris is going to be the model citizen and she's the one who breaks down the relationship, maybe that's something that she just can't handle. Like, I don't want to be at fault. This is a good relationship. If he breaks up with me because I did something wrong, heaven forbid, I can't cope with that. I don't even know how to be in that space.
Yeah. It's a pickle to be in, especially for her. Like you said, coming from her dating background.
Yeah.
And so here she is, with some very not nice guys, of course. And now she's in a relationship with a guy who is, like you said, self-proclaimed nice. But I don't see him as being a total pushover. I've seen him kind of say, no, this is what I won't tolerate you disrespect or that feistiness or whatever you want to call it coming back at him. And I know you had some things about that, just saying, oh, he's just saying that.
Because it's not believable until you put it into practice, right? It's that you can say a lot of things with your mouth. And until it's pushed, to its limits, until it's put to a test, then I can't really believe that. And what it seems like is happening in their relationship is she's observing how he is, and he's not necessarily giving pushback. This is why she's saying the things that she's saying to his friends and what she's saying to her own friend.
Well, I wonder what is the divide? Where's the divide at then? Because she also said that he doesn't have a strong opinion about many things. And so where he's indifferent, he's just like, whatever. But if he has a strong opinion, then he made sure he voices that opinion. And so where is that divide at for her? Is it that she wants him to have more of an opinion on those areas where he's indifferent? Do you think that could be?
Yeah, I do.
Where is that?
Because if 90% of things you don't care about and 10% of things you do, that may not be enough for me.
Okay.
Like, okay, you care if you wear this flamingo shirt or not. But I mean, even with that, he was kind of indifferent. So I don't know. I mean, we truly haven't seen him have to put his foot down about anything. But whatever it is, may truly be a big deal. Like, I don't want to ride my bike to work. I'm not going to do it. Like something that, I don't know, like something that's not of little consequence to her, he has an opinion on, but just regular things that we would have a conversation about. Like, it will become frustrating. We can't even have normal couple conversations. Can we have a conversation about politics? If you and I have a conversation about politics, we have opinions.
Yeah.
If you don't care about anything, I'm like, okay, well, there's a subject we can't really talk about because all you're going to do is agree with what I have to say.
Yeah.
Can we have a conversation about religion? If you have no opinion there, like the things that we like to do, you have a conversation about child rearing. However you want to raise the kids, babe, that's okay with me. No, like this becomes a problem with people.
Yeah.
So I think not only is it unattractive, but it's just like off-putting in general because you don't even have another adult to bounce ideas off of. So nice isn't necessarily nice. It's like you're lacking in the personality development department. So that I don't necessarily equate with nice. We might equate it with nice because you're very non-confrontational.
Yeah. There's
very little conflict, but it's more than being nice. It becomes you being not an adult, not able to engage me in an adult conversation, not able to be helpful, and as you would put it, not being my partner. So what am I in this relationship with if it's not a partner?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But I'm wondering at what point, or have we crossed the point? That's probably a better way to phrase it. Have we crossed the point with him that we are not seeing his representative anymore? You know what I mean? He could be this. I'm indifferent to all of this stuff, but I'm still feeling my way out in this whole situation, in this whole relationship. And so who I truly am, maybe I don't want to show that yet. Maybe I want to be indifferent, to a lot of this stuff.
His representative is that guy who was saying, I'm not going to tolerate this and I'm not going to tolerate that. That's who his representative, because that's what he wanted to put out there. Uh-huh. He doesn't want to be a nice guy anymore. He's trying to be like a reformed nice guy. Yeah. But that doesn't happen overnight.
I don't know. I'm getting the back and forth with it, because even, I'm not sure if you're going to bring it up, but, the preview for next week, him talking about, I'm used to women a little bit more slender.
He ain't say slender. Now you try to take us down this Clint path. Lord have mercy. Don't do it. But speaking of Clint, I think that's where it came from. I don't even think he would have said that she's thicker than most women, or she's thicker than he's used to, if Clint hadn't said that. He put the bug in his ear. He wasn't even thinking that on his own. He's like, oh yeah, that's true.
Really?
And I wonder if he gonna pay the price for that. He should, because she had a lot to say when Clint had to say it.
Yeah, this is very true. But who knows? She may be the one that don't want to rock the boat and let it slide. And maybe bring it up a little bit later.
We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see. But you know what I found kind of ironic is, for this season, arguably, he could be the worst body as far as the men are concerned, but he's the one.
You didn't just say that.
Yeah, like, he could be. He could be. The most out of shape guy for this season. He could be.
Yeah, he's a little soft in the middle.
But he felt the need to kind of tell her where he's more.
Yeah, I would like to see the context of that. So I can't wait to see how that came out.
Yeah.
Because if I were her, I would have had to say something back. Because you're right. He is real soft and doughy. In the middle, he doesn't have any muscles on him. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with him. I mean, he's a cute guy.
He's all right.
But, for him to be making commentary on somebody's body type is...
Yeah.
All right.
Because what if she was to say that? She really could probably say that about him.
Yeah, I mean, hello, pot. I'm ghetto.
I was like, okay, that's what we're doing now. Okay. All right. But this is the same guy who said he hasn't been in a relationship in how many years?
I thought it was just 2. Or was it he hadn't had sex in 2 years?
I think that's what it was.
Something like that. So it could have been a relationship longer than that.
Yeah.
But he seems like the type that he only puts out for his girlfriend.
Okay. Keep on.
He's a nice guy, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but for the most part, actually, full disclosure, most of the stuff I've seen from Chris this season, I've kind of liked. He seems to be very considerate, but he also has some very strong communication skills, except for when he went.
Because you felt my eyes just boring a hole in the side of your face.
Except for when they needed to figure out what was going on with the dogs.
But that was a big deal, and that's an example.
Yeah.
I don't know about him being a nice guy in that instance. I wouldn't call that a nice guy. I would say that he fell apart and had no coping mechanism. And again, like some of our viewers were saying, she ended up treating him like a child, stooping down, talking to him, reassuring him. She did all the things that we would do with our 6-year-old. And if you have this type of personality that doesn't stand up for itself, or you can't stand up for me, you can't have an informed opinion about things that matter, that's who you become. You become that little boy that she treated him like he was. And that's not going to be appealing to a grown woman in the long run.
Yeah.
So.
But so far, it was a major gaffe. Hands down. I think so. But other than that, he's been okay. I don't have any other like red flags or negatives really to say about him other than that incident.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And I think it's hard sometimes for guys to maybe see what women perceive as somebody being too nice. It sounds like we're being especially particular. Like, why would you say someone is too nice? I think it's a misnomer. I think that's not entirely what we mean. We mean like you have personality traits that may or may not be strong enough for me to feel secure in this relationship. Not secure like you're going to cheat on me or leave me, but for me to feel protected and like a woman. So that is a concern. And if that's what we're saying, if we're saying you're too nice, that's probably what it translates into.
Okay. So it goes back to that number one need again for a woman to feel safe and feel secure. Okay. And he made sure that, hey, my number one need is to be respected. Don't be talking to me all crazy.
But no, his number one need was to feel safe and secure. He became the girl, like when the dog situation came up. So you see what I'm saying? Like if it was flipped and he was kind of treating her like that, we wouldn't have looked at it like, what is going on? I mean, we might have given her a little bit, but not like we're giving him. Because he should have been able to take more command over that situation. And instead he put her in the spot to do it. So anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on the nice guy situation and what you think about Chris in terms of him being a nice guy. Do you believe that, like my husband, that maybe he's not as nice as whatever, maybe he does have some backbone? I personally do not see it. I don't think Nicole sees it. And I think that's ultimately going to be a bad thing and a red flag for them to have to deal with in the relationship.
We're going to find out, but they're still the strongest couple for this season.
Yeah, that says nothing.
But that's a relative term.
Absolutely not.
What'd you say? They all trash.
Drop those comments below, guys. Like, share, subscribe. We'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.